Hello trainers, we are back this week and we are taking a look at Raticate. We did run into this Raticate on the London rooftop, so this is where we will stick to for hopefully not too long with everything that's happening around the world. Definitely stay safe, trainers. But before we get started, if you like these kinds of videos, please drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when new videos are up. I am planning on releasing one of these every week until I complete all of the Pokemon currently released, so that might take a while. But let's go ahead and get started with Raticate. We are taking a look at a few forms, and just as a heads up, with this Raticate, you do have a male and a female difference. The whiskers, as you can see, are longer. This is a male Raticate, and you can tell that the whiskers are quite long, similarly to Rattata. With this Pokemon, most of its body is covered in, I would say, a light orange fur on its back, covering most of its body. Let's just go around a bit, and you can just see the layers of fur about the top and how it smooths down at the bottom. And you can also see my shadow, but you also notice that really big, really active tail as well, and it just keeps moving. It's I would say a very light brown, and it almost very creamy color that goes with the hands and the legs as well. And this is a quadruped Pokemon, but they do stand on its two legs most of the time, but when they're running, the hands are actually feet as well. But let's just get a quick look closely. So you have the front stomach, you have the layers of fur on the front, up towards the chest, and all of this is the light creamy color that surrounds its mouth as well, and its whiskers. Let's see how close we can get, trainers. You have the eyes really small and really narrowed, with the snout coming up very flat, and the very large front teeth that you see, they look like they would hurt. And you have the tongue, of course, the pink tongue behind it, and the ears are they're kind of large ears, and they almost look like fish fins. They are swimmers, so maybe the ears help them with their direction as they're swimming. So aside from that, let me just get a few growls from Raticate. But let's go ahead and move on to the next form, which is the shiny form. Okay, trainers, we are back, and we are now taking a look at the shiny form of Raticate. As you can tell, it's a very stark difference from the normal form. Let's just get a few growls, and just to get started, the few basic differences that you can see and that are very obvious is just that really bright orange, and it's very stark, and I like it. I think I like it more than the shiny Rattata for sure, because as I said before, it was looking a bit diseased. But the top coat is the main color that has changed. You do see the tail that's a little bit, I don't know if I would say that it's changed color much, but it just seems a little bit sharper. But then you go to the front, and combined with the top coat change, you have the very creamy, very light front on the stomach and around the snout, and the long whiskers. This is long whiskers, so we are looking at a male. And everything else is the same. You have the same small eyes, the hands and legs are about the same, and I guess the inner ear canals for the ears are a bit of a dark brown. It's a bit darker than it was before, but I like this shiny. Let's just get one last growl from this angle and just see how close we can get to Raticate. And for now, we will go into the shadow form of this Pokemon. Now, trainers, we are taking a look at the shadow female Raticate, and you can obviously see the initial differences, which is the purple ominous cloud surrounding it and the dark red eyes. Let's get a little bit closer. And so you have the dark red eyes, but the other thing that you have is this is a female Raticate, so the whiskers are quite shorter. I'm just going around and getting a few of its growls, and for now, I think Raticate wants us to leave, and we will go into the purified form of this Pokemon. Okay, trainers, we are back with another female Raticate. This female Raticate has been purified, as you can tell from the white cloud surrounding it with those golden glints that you see here and there. Aside from that difference, I guess this looks like a more peaceful Raticate because it's not in pain, and you can just get a few growls from this Raticate. And I'll just go around it once. You can tell that the white cloud surrounding this Raticate surrounds its whole body, and it's maybe enjoying a bit of the sun. They do prefer partly cloudy weather, but there you are. There's some shadow, and there is Raticate hanging out and being a little bit happy, one would hope. But before we go there, I'm just going to show you a quick outfit that Rattata is wearing, and I am going to show you some interaction, and I want to give Rattata some treats for being such a good sport and hanging around so that we could do the first half of this video. Now we are just quickly joining this male party Raticate, and you can tell that it's they got their party hat and they're ready to go out. I really like this party hat. You have that I guess a bit purple / magenta color, and the cone just swirling between green and blue. It's cute. I approve, Raticate, and I like your party hat. I think it's gonna be fun whenever we have a Pokemon that likes to wear an outfit and likes to hang out in an outfit. And that'll just be a few seconds, but like I said, trainers, you just gotta have a little bit of fun. And this Raticate, that's all it's trying to do. It just wants to go out with its buddies and have some fun. Okay, trainers, since this Raticate was being such a good sport, wearing an outfit for us and bringing its party hat, I decided to just bring it back and play around with it some and give it some treats. So let's go ahead and let's see if we can get close up and give it a nice little pet. See if they like it and doesn't bite us. So yeah, it kind of like that, but let's go back a bit and do it again. It's quite excited. You have the double jump. Let's go ahead and give it some berries. You can tell that Raticate is very interested in that berry and will follow me for it. Here it comes. Come on, Raticate. Okay, so let's go back a bit and give Raticate its berry, because it will not be happy if I don't. We will talk a bit about what they eat and how to take care of those very big teeth. But let's go ahead and feed it some. They do enjoy all kinds of berries, including raspberries, nana berries, and peanut berries. And as you can tell, this Raticate is very hungry, and deservedly so, since it's been doing a lot of work for us. But I just want to feed it its berry from this angle. So you can see the London eye in the back. But anyways, here you go, Raticate. Enjoy your berry. And it will give us a heart. So, trainers, we will now end this video and go into further background on Raticate. Thanks for sticking around for the first half. The official Pokédex entry for Raticate reads as follows. Raticate. It uses its whiskers to maintain its balance. They are essential, and it apparently slows down if they are cut off. It searches wide areas for food. Its hind feet are webbed and act like flippers, enabling it to cross rivers and sometimes even oceans to hunt for prey. People say that it fled from its enemies by using its small webbed hind feet to swim from island to island in Alola, so it is a strong swimmer. If attacked, it stands up on its hind legs, bares its fangs, and shrieks in an intimidating manner at its enemy. Raticate's sturdy and long fangs grow steadily and never stop. To keep them ground down, it gnaws on anything, including rocks and logs. It may even chew on the walls of houses. This surprisingly violent Pokemon can gnaw away even thick concrete and cinder walls with ease. It can even topple concrete buildings by gnawing on them. Its disposition is far more violent than its looks would suggest. Don't let your hand get too close to its face, as it could bite your hand clean off. No matter how friendly you are, it will get angry and bite you if you touch its whiskers. Trainers, we will now review Raticate in more detail and delve deeper into its background. Raticate do have a slight visible difference between male and female. If you look closely, you can see the female has shorter whiskers than the male. Originally from the Kanto region, they can be found in the same places where Rattata live, including mountains, islands, forests, jungles, grasslands, and busy cities without much trouble. They do prefer to live near some kind of water. Unfortunately, that even extends to sewers. So, if you encounter one in your city, there is a good chance you might need to hold your breath. In Pokemon Go, Raticate does not nest but can appear in the wild. While this can be rare, they do prefer partly cloudy weather, so make sure to keep a lookout, trainers. Raticate, just like Rattata, is an omnivore. They eat almost anything they come across. If they find their way into houses, they will rummage through garbage and kitchen pantries in search of food. Since Raticate is larger, they have to worry less about predators and focus on themselves and their food needs. They usually live in Rattata communities with a hierarchical system, so the higher ranking and stronger Raticate get the first dibs on the spoils of the day. Raticate love eating all kinds of berries, including raspberries, nanab berries, and peanut berries. They eat just about anything, though, including meat, bones, seeds, nuts, plants, cinder walls, and concrete. Hungry Raticate can be dangerous, especially in cities, as they can take down a home or a concrete building. Helped by its webbed feet and good swimming skills, Raticate also indulges in aquatic Pokemon and water plants. Because Raticate's teeth continually grow through their lifetimes, trainers must make sure to provide them with wood boards or materials to gnaw on, so they can keep them in check. Being larger and more aggressive, they can present a threat even on their own. The power of its bite should not be underestimated. Its strong fangs can shatter rocks and even gemstones in other Pokemon. Wild Raticate can be more aggressive, especially in their territory, but Raticate raised by trainers still has the potential to cause havoc in your property, trainers. so always make sure to watch them when out of their Pokeball. Their whiskers, as mentioned in the Pokédex, provide balance, but upon observation, I believe that their ears, which are almost shaped like fins, also help them in directional purposes while in the water swimming. Raticate is a territorial Pokemon. They dislike humans in their territory and can act aggressively towards them if provoked. If they sense danger, they will stick around and fight most of the time, starting by standing on its hind legs and letting out a shrill shriek. Besides intimidation, this also serves to call its group mates to join and defend it. They are often bred in captivity, and this can result in a more docile individual, which are popular as pets, laboratory Pokemon, and as beginner Pokemon for trainers. I would recommend beginning trainers start with Rattata so they can build that relationship and have a better partner when they reach the Raticate stage. Raticate is a powerful Pokemon and can help you take down opponents, but if not trained or raised well, it will assuredly fail every time. The name Raticate seems to be a combination of rat and eradicate, meaning to exterminate, or masticate, meaning to chew, relating to its mouth and teeth. Its Japanese name is Rattata, likely derived from rat. Visually, they mostly resemble a muskrat, which is a semi-aquatic rodent, mainly because of its large teeth, whiskers, fur, and body shape. Its scruffy ears resemble those of a guinea pig, and its webbed feet that of a coipu, a South American rodent. My initial thoughts of Raticate were those of being intimidated. After spending some time with them, including Party Hat Raticate, I think the initial intimidation is gone. Their aggressive nature does give me pause, but if you think about it, well, it's the same with any wild animal. Trainers should always be careful, and these Pokemon are just doing the same. After all, they can't read our minds and don't always know if we have good intentions. Before this research, I knew nothing about the swimming abilities of Raticate, and I think that was a very interesting and will be a great segue into Alolan Raticate. Yes, there is an Alolan Raticate, and I will not be covering them in this video, just like Alolan Rattata. While they are available in Pokemon Go, I made the decision to wait for the Alola region to cover all Alolan forms of Kanto Pokemon. It will definitely be interesting to return to this Pokemon family. I didn't really see Raticate as a pest as much as I did Rattata, but learning they can take down buildings and homes definitely gives me pause and would make me nervous to let them roam free and out of its Pokeball in my home. I do love the bright orange shiny form of this Pokemon, although Party Hat Raticate is a big contender. And maybe one day I can find a shiny Party Hat Raticate and have the perfect balance. On the Shadow Raticate, well, just run, because if they are already aggressive, I can only imagine Shadow Raticate being 10 times worse. Overall, I enjoyed learning how clever Rattata can be and letting go of some of my pest preconceptions about it. I think Raticate and Rattata are definitely important and integral to any ecosystem, and even if they might be considered pests sometimes, it is important to keep them around. Raticate was just full of new information I knew nothing about, and I hope trainers watching this video also learned something new. Okay, trainers, if I missed anything or if you have any thoughts on Raticate, please add them in the comment section below. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when a new video is up. I plan to release one every week with the goal of completing every Pokemon in every generation currently released. Please follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter. The handle is @LondonInstinct for updates, posts, and stories. I am having fun featuring art submissions from trainers around the world, so feel free to submit yours too. I hope everyone is staying safe out there and hope to see you next week, trainers. Bye!